place where you can go, where there's no one to tell you yes or no. If you just look into your heart, you will find there. That's the place to start. If you take a step and take another again, you'll find a better place to land. I know that it can be there someday. You've been waiting for. I know this life can be that one life you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Oh, 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 oh. Today could be the day. Oh, 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 oh. Today could be the day.
I'm Jerry Ingram. I'm the owner of Volunteer Home Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage broker company located in Maryville, Tennessee. I love meeting people and just being here for them. We provide all types of mortgages. You just give me a call at 865-238-7500 and online at volunteerhomemortgage.com.
It's time for Wake Up with Witcher. Here's meteorologist Mike Witcher from the East Tennessee Weather Center.
Chris, you nailed it. And I don't know how the stream's going to come out, so please let me know if the stream's coming out okay here this morning. But yeah, we've got a few gremlins in the studio just before I was getting ready to go live here this morning and still bogged down this morning, so I'm not quite sure how efficient this is going to run this morning. So please keep me posted on the chat. I will keep an eye on that. But Chris is like, gremlin's back again this morning, huh? Yeah, things are running a little bit slow here to get the day started. But I know we got a lot of folks on here wanting to know what's going on throughout the day today. So hopefully this stream is running okay. It is hump day, by the way. So let's put Ed the Camel back on the on the screen here this morning, and let's get you started. And of course, we're going to be chatting with Ed Rupp coming up in just a second. All right, let's go ahead and start you off with the weather headlines, because this is the story for the day. Light rain is back off to our west across Middle Tennessee up into Kentucky with some light snow with falling temperatures. That's the story today. Tonight, colder air races its way on in. Light snow is going to be developing. Thursday, tomorrow, cold, blustery, wintry, and maybe a few flurries throughout at least the first part of our day with some sunshine for the second part of the day, kind of like what we experienced just the other day. And then Friday into Sunday, another disturbance is going to bring us a chance for another bout of some light snow and falling temperatures. Sunday is going to be a chilly day around East Tennessee. All right, here's what's going on. This is your mid-level energy and spin, showing you the big picture story of how this is all playing out. Rain showers switching over to snow showers, and yes, we are going to see accumulating snowfall here around East Tennessee. So your forecast for the day today, it's nice outside, actually. It's pretty comfortable considering the time of the year. It's 42 degrees here this morning. We're going to climb into the upper 40s. Now, I think we're going to have a fairly early high temperature today, right around 48 degrees or so, between about 1 and 3. And then after that point, those temperatures come on down by 7 o'clock. Maybe a little bit of a mixed precip around parts of East Tennessee as temperatures dip into the 30s and low 40s. And the other side of the story is as the storm system moves its way on in, we're going to see increasing wind. And so while it's not going to be too terribly cold today, it is going to be rather breezy and a little gusty, especially for the mountains of East Tennessee. Speaking of which, the National Weather Service has upgraded that winter weather advisory for the mountains of Blount, Sevier, and Cocke County to a winter storm warning. It goes into effect at 3 o'clock today and runs until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, here's the deal. 3 o'clock today is when we start to see that switch over to a heavy snowfall across the mountains of East Tennessee, North Carolina. And just to keep everybody in check, we're talking about a fairly classic horseshoe event here. Storm coming in out of the north, not a ton of moisture with it. And so the higher terrain, the area shaded in blue, is what is known as the classic horseshoe of East Tennessee, because the valley, where Knoxville, Lenore City, Sweetwater, Athens is lower in elevation. So the higher in elevation you are, the better chance you have for accumulating snow and some icy conditions early tomorrow morning. All right, let's go and walk you through the latest Futurecast model. We'll run you from now through the day today. So from now basically through noon, here comes the rain. It's starting to settle its way on in. So I think we're going to have some showers for some of us as we get into the lunch hour. Kids heading home from school will have some light rain. Now, notice a few pockets of yellows on the map. We have a pretty good low-level jet stream that's going to string its way on through. That's going to provide a little bit more instability in the atmosphere. And so because of that, I think we could have a few pockets or rounds of some moderate showers. So while generally speaking, we are talking light rain throughout the day today, maybe a couple of pockets of moderate showers. Now, as we get into the 3 o'clock hour, 3 to 6, we're going to see that switch over to a very heavy snow because the main moisture source is now across the mountains. And so that's where we'll get that transition to some heavy snow in the mountains as we get into the 3 to 7 o'clock hour tonight, as that colder air starts to come rushing on in. With that also said, I also think that we could potentially see a quick little bout of some heavy snow from, say, Fentress, Scott, Campbell, maybe northern Morgan County, if that colder air catches up to this main moisture source, which some of the models are indicating that it could, but it won't last very long. However, it's going to happen this evening, and we're not going to have any daytime heating because then the sun's obviously setting, and we head into a brutally cold start to our Thursday morning. And because the air is going to be so cold through the overnight hours, cold air, northwesterly flow, very efficient in producing snow. And it's not going to take a whole lot of snow to produce a coating on the ground early tomorrow morning, which means that I do anticipate some icy conditions, and I would probably anticipate at least some 2-hour delays with some of the schools tomorrow, but of course I don't make that call. All right, we're going to talk road temperatures, we're talking air temperatures as well, and of course snowfall totals. So let's take you to the snowfall forecast. 7 o'clock tonight, you can see how some light snow is going to be developing, and then through the overnight hours. And see those little darker shaded areas across the northern plateau from the Cumberland Mountains to Scott, Fentress, and Campbell County? That's where I think we potentially could see a little bit more snowfall. Do we see some in the valley? I think we see a light coating. If you get a quick little band to move on through, and you got to realize that snow sets up in bands. This is not going to be a widespread, big swath of snow. It's going to set up as snow bands. And so kind of like what we saw the other day, some areas just will get some good solid snowfall. You go 5 miles down the road, and you're like, what's snow? I didn't see any snow. And so that's kind of the story. And so I think, generally speaking, we'll have a light coating of snow tomorrow morning in upper East Tennessee. I think is going to be the best bet for that. So here's your snowfall forecast. I have updated it just a little bit. I've actually added about a half an inch to the Cumberland Plateau because I do think that the highest peaks of the plateau, Cumberland Mountains, like I said, Fentress, Scott, and Campbell County, could potentially get 1 to 2 inches if that colder air catches up that source and we get that quick little band of heavy snow as the sun goes down tonight. Generally speaking, a dusting to about an inch of snow in the lower lying areas of the plateau. The valley, south of Interstate 40, going about flurries. Can't rule out maybe a quick little coating because the air temperatures are going to be so cold. And light snow to a coating from Knoxville up the I-81 corridor. So places like Morristown, Tazewell, Granger County, Hawkins, Hancock County, and of course the lower elevations of say, Cott County, Sevier, and even Blount County. But of course the bullseye is going to be the mountains, and that's where we do have that winter storm warning, anywhere from 2 to 4, upwards of 3 to 6 plus inches of snow. And some of the latest high-resolution model guidance is picking up maybe the potential of over a foot of snow across the highest peaks of the Smokies. So let's talk road conditions here for a second, okay? Because as the front comes on through, we're looking at rain showers, so wet roads as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. There's 7 o'clock tonight, and you can see how the snow is going to be developing across the mountains and maybe a little bit of a mix, so maybe a little bit of snow starting to lay down across parts of northern Fentress, Scott, and Campbell County, maybe parts of Claiborne County as well. But generally speaking, our road temperatures are going to be too warm. And I'm going to talk about those road temperatures here in a second as well. But overnight tonight, here comes the snow, temperatures drop, and so road conditions will be a little bit slick in some spots, especially banked up against the mountains. Again, this is more of a higher elevation mountain, northwest facing slopes kind of event, because the winds are coming in from the northwest. So road temperatures, let's pick up our timeline 7 o'clock tonight. No issues with the roads tonight at all, whatsoever, at least through 7 o'clock, because road temperatures are going to be above freezing. But watch how quickly these road temperatures come on down through the overnight hours, and that's going to play a role. As I mentioned, snowfall at nighttime with colder air racing its way on through is very efficient at producing a little bit of light snow. And we'll get some snow bands to set up. So some of you may get a little bit more than others, but generally speaking, I think if we get a coating of snow with the rain that we have today, the falling temperatures and some light snow on top of that overnight tonight, we're likely to have some icy conditions tomorrow morning. And a lot of folks have been asking on social media about TDOT out there brining the roads yesterday. And what about the rain moving its way on through? Well, yesterday when they started brining and made the decision to brine, of course, I haven't talked to them at all, but just my general thought anyways, is that we were expecting such light rainfall that it really wouldn't wash away the brine. Now, if we get a couple pockets of moderate showers, there goes the brine. And then overnight tonight, you may have a little bit more ice developing in the morning hours because forecast road temperatures by sunrise on Thursday are going to be in the teens and 20s below freezing. Less impacts from Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Lenoir City, places like northern, say Blount and Sevier and Monroe County because temperatures are going to be a little bit closer to freezing. But other locations outside of that area, because the road temperatures will be sub-freezing and air temperatures are going to be in the teens and low 20s. That's why I think we're going to have some issues tomorrow morning. So something to kind of keep in mind. And of course, I'll be broadcasting live tomorrow morning to keep you up to date on that as well. So steady to falling temperatures as we get past about 1 o'clock today. Temperatures come on down overnight tonight. It's going to be a cold Thursday. We're down to 23. We only warmed to 32 on Thursday afternoon with some flurries, some colder air in place. One of those days where we may have some sunshine, just like the other day. We'll have some sunshine in some locations and other locations that are getting quick little bands of flurries moved on through. But as the sun comes up and you get the sun angle and some sunshine, we're not going to have any issues. I think the greatest impacts will be first thing tomorrow morning. So again, I think that we'll probably have at least a couple hour delays in some school systems. Friday into Saturday, another little system swings its way on through, and that's going to produce another bout of some light snowfall. Not expecting any major impacts, and we're not talking sledding snow, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. And then we drop into the low 30s again on Sunday, but back into the 30s and 40s as we get into next week. So that's kind of the story. Let's go to the chat. Got a lot of folks joining us here this morning. And, I was a little late on getting the Instagram live here this morning. I just have some issues. But anyways, all right, let's see what you all are saying. Thanks for joining, by the way. And don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. You can check in with the interactive radar that gives you past, current, and future radar of 2 hours. You can check in on those 1 minute with Witchers that I do. You can check in on the full forecast that really breaks everything down. And of course, I have that live 24-hour weather channel right there at the top of the screen, at which point you can also download on your smart TVs, Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube. Good morning, Sue. How are you this morning? Sure hope you have a great day. I think we'll get a little bit more snow possibly in Wares Valley. I'll be curious to see how that all plays out. So Sue, keep us posted on that. Or if you live in areas that I'm talking about that will see a little bit more impacts tomorrow morning, make sure you tune in, check in, and we'll be able to bring you on live to the broadcast tomorrow morning if you'd like to do that. I've got a way to be able to bring you all onto the broadcast if you are so inclined to be on TV. Let's see. Let's see what you all are saying. I have no idea what that person's saying. All right, so we'll keep going. Salt brine can help from sticking on the roads as long as the heavy rain bands don't set up completely and wash it away. You are right. Nikki wants some snow. Nikki, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see a ton of snow. But again, it doesn't take a lot of snow to have impacts Thursday morning. I think that's really going to be the scenario. It's not necessarily a big snow event, but it is definitely the icier conditions that we potentially could have first thing tomorrow morning. Considering getting home from church tonight, will it be icy by around 9 o'clock tonight? Absolutely not. You'll be doing just fine. So again, no issues through the day today. It's overnight tonight, and I think tomorrow morning will be the best, the greatest extent of some icy roads. Kathleen says, note for self, put the 2 sleds away that she just bought. We bought some sleds too, and we've not had a chance to use them either. So, all right, let's see. Let's go ahead and take you to the TDOT cameras. I want to show you the roadways out there this morning. If anybody's traveling out and about, we do have, if it's working. Again, I've told you I've had some gremlins here this morning, so may not work this morning. It does not look like it's going to be working. My cameras aren't working either, so we'll have to do a whole reset of the studio to kind of get things back into action. Let's see what you say. Precip included the horseshoe. Future radar shows the line falling apart as it gets to Chattanooga. My hourly forecast shows scattered showers 2 to 4. I don't know what app you're using, Link Rules 32, but you can go ahead. Download the East Tennessee Weather app. I've updated that and give you a better idea on kind of what I'm anticipating anyways. Hoping for a snow day, Mindy. And listen, if you do ask questions on social media with any of the posts that I posted throughout the day today, make sure you say what county you are or where you live, because I can't know where you all live. And so a lot of folks are being asking questions, and I can't really respond to those questions on social media if you don't tell me where you live. Let's see. Selena says, I want a lot of snow. Unfortunately, I got to see it. Yeah, you're going to have to go to the mountains. But any skiers or snowboarders, rejoice, because it's going to be good for sure. That's technology for you, right? Sometimes you love it. Sometimes you got to hate it. That's what took me so long to get on the broadcast this morning. I was trying to clean some files out and just couldn't quite get there to clean them all out. So using Radar Scope. Yeah, Radar Scope's great. I use Radar Scope as well, but the Radar Scope that's not going to give you a future cast of 2 hours. And so if you use Radar Scope, just check in with the East Tennessee Weather app, because it gives you past, current, and future radar of 2 hours, really helping you navigate, which is great during thunderstorms and whatnot. Maybe not necessarily the case when it comes to snowy weather, but check it out. All right, we don't have too many questions on here this morning, which is great. We've got Team Snow from Judy. Got a lot of folks joining on the app this morning. Good morning, Virginia. Sure hope you have a great day today as well. I think we're going to have to keep things a little bit low-key because, again, things are just really bogged down this morning, so I do apologize. But we do have a lot of folks that have just now chimed in. I can see that a bunch of folks are chiming in right now as we speak. So let me go ahead and recap, and we'll just start over for folks that are just now tuning in. And we'll start start fresh here. Let's go back to the weather maps. And if you've heard all this, you can move right along about your day. If you haven't seen this yet, well, we're gonna go through the forecast again. Again, no Witcher's Pictures today. No national holidays today. Again, things are just too bogged down. All right, so light rain is going to be starting to settle its way on in through the late morning into the early afternoon. I think after 3 o'clock today, we're going to start to see some heavier snowfall across the mountains. That's when that colder air or loft really starts to hit the peaks. And that's when a lot of the moisture is going to be moving its way through the peaks of the Smokies as well. So I think we're going to get some heavy snow at that point of the game in the mountains. As we go from basically 3 to 6 o'clock here tonight, I think we're going to start to see some of that snow developing across the Cumberland Plateau. Listen, we're going to lose the moisture source pretty quickly, but cold air is very efficient in wringing out the atmosphere. It's like a damp sponge. If you squeeze it hard enough, you're still going to get a little bit of water out of that sponge. That's what cold air does when we don't have a lot of moisture. But cold air doesn't hold a lot of moisture, but it definitely it can be efficient in producing some light snow showers here, I think, through the overnight hours. Hello, Teresa. How are you? She's joining us from Gatlinburg. All right, so the forecast for the day today, we're talking average temperatures. We're going to be in the upper 40s, maybe a few pockets of low 50s across the Southern Valley. Rain showers settle on in. It's going to be overcast, dreary, and gloomy. Maybe a few pockets of moderate showers, and it's going to be breezy as well. Winds could be gusting upwards of about 20, 25 miles per hour. Now, the National Weather Service has upgraded the winter weather advisory for Blount, Sevier, and Cott County to a winter storm warning. These go into effect today at 3 o'clock and run till 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Nobody else is under an advisory. And remember, we're talking about the classic horseshoe. Do we see some snowfall here in the valley? Yeah, I think we do. Do we see a lot? No. But due to the colder air swinging through, I think that we could have some issues early tomorrow morning. For those of you that don't want that, we can hope for the best that we don't have any of that those problems tomorrow. But I think just based on the scenario, that's what's going to play out. All right, so rain showers are moving their way on through. There's 3 o'clock today, kids heading home from school. Again, you can see those pockets of oranges and yellows. Those are some moderate showers that I think have been introduced into the forecast since we were talking yesterday morning. So maybe a couple of pockets of moderate showers, but notice between 3 and 7, the snow really cranking up across the highest peaks of the Smokies. I think from 5 to about 7 or 8 o'clock here tonight, we'll start to see that switch over to some snow across the Cumberland Plateau as that colder air catches up. If the colder air does catch the back edge of this main source of moisture, the rain, then we will get a quick little bout of heavy snow across the plateau. But road temperatures are warm. The problem is that now temperatures are going to drop and road temperatures drop overnight tonight. So if you do get some decent rain towards sunset and then you get a little coating of snow on top, that's where I think we're going to have some issues. And then the snow machine really cranks overnight tonight. So southeastern Kentucky, southwest Virginia, upper East Tennessee, and the Smoky Mountains. And then through the day tomorrow, we'll have some hit and miss sunshine with a few flurries flying from time to time thanks to the little bit of low-level instability. Not a lot of moisture. It's pretty shallow and fairly dry in the low levels when you look at the profile of the atmosphere. But enough, I think, to produce some flurries. Maybe at times we could have one of those days where you have some sunshine, it's flurrying around the area, and you kind of see the snow kind of gliding on top of the pavement on the interstate. I think that's what we could potentially see. So here's your snowfall forecast. If you're just now tuning in and you've missed any of this on social media, I'll be posting a lot more throughout the day as well. But generally speaking, I think a dusting up to an inch of snow across the Cumberland Plateau. If we get a quick little band, we may get up to 2 inches across the highest peaks of the plateau, the Cumberland Mountains, Scott, Fentress, Campbell, and Claiborne County. I think we'll see a dusting to probably about a half an inch for you folks in Cumberland County, southeastern Kentucky, southwest Virginia. So, of course, we're looking at snow there. Upper East Tennessee, we're talking places like Irwin, over towards Tri-Cities, into the foothills anyways. And I think that, it's not going to take much elevation gain to get a little bit more snow. So depending on your elevation, you got to realize that's why I talk about the horseshoe, right? The elevation gain happens pretty quickly near the foothills of the mountains as the mountains go up pretty steeply. And so I think a dusting to half an inch from Greenville, Newport, to Pigeon Forge, and say southern Blount County towards Wallen, Townsend, Maryville. Tellico Plains, I don't necessarily know that you get a lot, but the mountains, the higher you go, will get anywhere from 2 to 4 to 3 to 6 inches. Again, this is all going to be in the form of rain through this evening, and no issues when it comes to road conditions, as the roads are going to be wet throughout the day. And again, if we get a couple of quick little bouts of some heavier rainfall, now we have the wind, and wind's a good evaporating process. But I think as we head through the overnight hours, that's when we could start to see some issues. And you can see those little lines coming from northwest to southeast. Those are little bands of snow, and that's what I was talking about. Not everybody gets it, but some of you may wake up and be like, "Whoa, hey, look at that!" And then you drive down the road, and then you're like, "Well, where's the snow?" So road temperatures by 7 o'clock tonight, no issue. So again, if you have any travel plans through the evening hours, through about 9 o'clock tonight, not looking at any major issues whatsoever. But as those road temperatures come down and the Arctic air settles on in, that's when I think any standing water, any light flurries that happen overnight tonight will stick to the ground. Grassy areas, rooftops, back decks, dirt roads, of course, and maybe some of the side streets. If you get a quick little band, some of the neighborhoods may as well, but not a ton of snow obviously expected. Less of an issue across parts of central Knox County, northern Blount, and Sevier County towards Kodak, but morning low temperatures are only going to be in the teens and 20s. All right, here's your 7-day forecast. Sure hope you have a great day today. Again, we're going to have another little clipper system swinging its way through Friday into Saturday. That's going to produce a little bit more light snow, and then tanking temperatures again on into our Sunday, and then moderating back to near 40 degrees by Monday and Tuesday. I should say 30s on Sunday, and then moderating back into the 30s and 40s throughout the day on Monday. All right, typically, if you join the show, I do Witcher's Pictures. We talk about national holidays, events across the country and the world, weather events and world history events. Just to have a little bit of fun. We like to share those photos with you as well. But for those of you that used to watch the local news, if you don't anymore, maybe, I don't know, maybe you do, but used to watch us back in the day on local news, on Wednesdays, Ed Rupp would join us during traffic. Guess what? He's not with them anymore. He's with me. Let's say good morning to Ed, shall we?
Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we slide all the way downhill to the weekend. The kids can get ready for school, and Debbie can take her shower.
And with that, my friends, we're going to wrap things up here this morning. So I sure hope you have a great day today. As we wrap things up here, just know that we are looking at a gloomy, overcast, gray, damp, wet day. Snow showers overnight tonight, and maybe a few flurries tomorrow. Some icy conditions possible tomorrow morning. Some sunshine, so a chilly, sunny, partly cloudy, sunny day throughout the day tomorrow. Warmer as we get into our Friday, and then colder again on Sunday as another clipper system swings its way on through. The gremlins have robbed us of extras. Yes, my mouse is barely even moving this morning, Chris. So I'm surprised this broadcast is actually going off without a hitch, actually, to be honest with you. Anyways, we will be back live tomorrow morning, 7:30 in the morning. I would love for you to be able to join me, so join on the broadcast. And we will be able to get live reports from you, the viewer, on the broadcast tomorrow morning. I'll be able to send out a link on the chat, and you'll be able to just click it and join in and let us know what's going on in your neighborhood. It's going to be fun. It's all about community. It's all about community awareness and keeping us all up to date because we all live here every day. Hey, by the way, if you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app, go download it today. Just search East Tennessee Weather from your app store. I posted a lot on social media as well, even the links Download Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube on your smart TVs. You can put East Tennessee Weather up on your big smart TVs. And if you are a business or establishment, you can put YouTube or Roku TV up in your establishment as well, which if you do, I will come out and highlight your business. How about that? Put East Tennessee Weather up in your business, and I will highlight your business. It takes two to tango. That's what they say. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe, be kind to each other. Travel safely today, tonight, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
This army of sinners forgot to fight for a cause, while the visionaries run a race that's already lost.